So here are 5 weirdly specific signs that your autistic brain sees rules differently to most other people. Hi, I'm Jade. I'm a private psychotherapist. I'm also diagnosed autistic, and I run a place called Planet Pure, a place where I help autistic people begin to understand themselves rather than spend a lifetime blaming themselves. People often make assumptions that autistic people are being rigid about rules. I actually think that many of us become attached to the reason why the rule exists in the first place. We are usually bottom-up processors, and we build systems from those small details upwards. So when somebody starts to test the boundaries of the perimeter of a rule, our brain is not usually looking at that one isolated singular situation. It would usually be thinking, what happens if everybody starts to do this? So I'm going to give you 5 examples of this that have actually happened in real life to me. Number 1, somebody says, why can't you just let us in? We're only 2 minutes early. But if 2 minutes early is okay, then why not 3 minutes early? Why not 5 minutes early? Why not 10? Because the moment that everybody starts to believe that their situation deserves an exception, the boundaries of the rule starts to move, and that doesn't make sense to me. Otherwise, what's the point in the rule? Number 2, somebody smokes next to a no smoking sign because they're basically outside. Most people are thinking about that one situation, that one cigarette. And my brain is thinking the rule exists because people don't want to breathe it in. And you couldn't possibly know what other people are struggling with around you, you know, in terms of maybe they're struggling with their lungs, maybe they've got asthma. If everybody decides that their cigarette doesn't count, the protection that the rule was created to provide slowly disappears. Number 3, speeding. So somebody might say, but I was only driving 33, 35 miles per hour. Or they'll go online and they will post, by the way, there's a speeding camera at this point. But yet, at the same time, if someone innocent was killed by somebody speeding, everybody agrees that speeding is dangerous. There's a reason why the speed limit exists. So my brain is noticing the contradiction. Everybody believes that their own exception doesn't really count. And I'm thinking, but it does. Number 4, rules that change depending on who is asking. So students are not allowed to push in the line, but a teacher can. So one person has to follow it, another person doesn't have to follow it. One employee might get told off for something, but another will get away with it because they like them. Or maybe they hold a higher status. So when a rule depends on the person rather than the principle of why the rule exists, my brain can't follow that, and it will notice it immediately. Number 5, somebody parks in a disabled bay or a child and parent bay because they're only going to be a minute. Most people are thinking, yeah, but I'll be really quick. There are other spaces. I'm not causing a problem here. And our brain is probably thinking, but you don't know how many other people are doing the exact same thing that you're doing. When you don't know how long the queue is, or maybe you get distracted in there or get talking to somebody, suddenly the people who those spaces was created for arrive whilst you're in there, and there aren't any spaces for them. Other people tend to evaluate their situation, and I think it's that we tend to evaluate what happens if this was 5 people, 10 people, 20 people, 100 people. What structure does that begin to dismantle? And people look at us and they think we are so rigid, we are so pedantic, but what we're usually doing is connecting the purpose behind it, or what's the point?